Welcome to Vedanta Bhakti Pravachanam channel. In this channel, we are reading Sai Satcharitra. Hemad Pant has told so many things in his Satcharitra up to 28 chapters. In this 29th chapter, what is going to be told? Let us see. Chennai's Bhajan Mela. It was in the year 1916 when a Chennai Bhajan Mela started on pilgrimage to the holy city of Benares. The party consists of a man, his wife, daughter and sister-in-law. Unfortunately, their names are not mentioned. On their way, the party heard that they lived in Shirdi, Ahmedabad district. A great saint named Sai Baba, who was God realized and was very generous and distributed money every day to his bhaktas and to skillful persons who went and showed their talent there. A lot of money in the form of dakshina was collected daily by Sai Baba, and out of this amount he gave daily 1 rupee to a 3-year-old girl Amani, the daughter of a Bhakta Kondaji, and rupees 2 to 5 to some, rupees 6 to Jamali, the mother of Amani, and rupees 10 to 20 or even 50 to other Bhaksas as he pleased. On hearing all this, the party came to Shirdi and stayed there. The Mela did very good bhajan and sang very good songs, but inwardly they desired money. 3 of the party were full of avarice, but the lady or mistress was a very different nature. She had regard and love for Baba. Once it so happened that when the noonday arati was going on, Baba was much pleased with her faith and devotion and gave her vision of her Ishta Daiti. To her, Baba appeared as Sainath, while to all others to usual Sainath. On seeing her beloved deity, she was very much moved. Tears began to flow from her eyes and she clapped her hands in joy. The people began to wonder at her joyful mood, but were not able to guess its cause. Late in the afternoon, she disclosed everything to her husband. She told him how Sai Baba looked like Sri Ram. He thought that she was very simple and devout woman, and her seeing Ram might be a creation of her mind. He ignored her, saying that it was not possible that she alone should see Ram, while they all saw Sai Baba there. She did not resent his remark, as she was fortunate enough to get Ram Darshan, as and when her mind was calm and composed and free from avarice. Wonderful vision. Things were going on like this when the husband got a strange vision in his dream one night. He was in a big city. The police there had arrested him, tied his hands with a rope and put him up in a cage. As the police were tightened the grip, he saw Sai Baba standing quite outside near the cage. On seeing Baba so close, he said in a plaintive tone, "After hearing your fame, I restored to your feet. Then why should a calamity befall me when you are standing here in a person?" Baba said, "You must suffer the consequences of your action." He said, "I have not done anything in this life which would bring such a misfortune me." Baba said, "If not, this life you must have committed some sin in your past life." He replied, "I do not know anything of my past life, but assuming that I did commit some sin then, why should it not be burned and destroyed in your presence, as happens to dry grass before fire?" "Baba, have you got such faith?" "Yes." Baba, then a thumping sound of something falling down, and after opening his eyes, he saw that it was free and the police fallen down, bleeding. Being much frightened, he began to look at Baba, who said, "Now you are will caught, officers will now come and arrest you." Then he begged, "There is no other savior except you. You save me anyhow." Then Baba again asked him to close his eyes. He did so, and when he opened them again, he saw that was free out of the cage and that Baba was by his side. He then fell at Baba's feet. Baba then asked him, "Is there any difference between the namaskar and your previous ones? Think well and then reply." He said, "There is a lot of difference. My former namaskaras were offered with the object of getting money from you, but the present resentfully that you, being a Mohammedan, were spoiling as the Hindus." "Baba, do you not believe in your mind in Mohammedan gods?" He said, "No." Then Baba said, "Have you got a panja in your house, and do you not worship the same in Tabut, Muharram festival? Also there is in your house another deity by name Khat Bibi, whom you propitiate and appease on marriage occasion and other festivals. Is it not so?" He admitted all this. Then Baba said, "What more do you want?" Then a desire arose in his mind to get the darshan of his Guru Ramadas when Baba asked him to turn back and see. And when he turned around, lo, Ramadas was in front of him. No sooner did he bend to fall at his feet, Guru Ramadas vanished. Then he inquisitively asked Baba, "You look old. Do you know your age?" "Baba, what do you say? I am old. Just trace with me and see." On saying this, Baba began to run and two followed. Baba disappeared in the dust raised by his footsteps while running, and at the moment man was awakened. After waking up, he began to think seriously about this dream vision. His mental attitude was completely changed and he realized the greatness of Baba. After this, his doubting tendencies disappeared and pure devotion to Baba's feet descended on his mind. The vision was a mere dream, but the questions and answers therein were most significant and interesting. Next morning, when all assembled in the masjid for the arati, Baba gave him a prasad 2 rupees worth of sweet meats and also 2 rupees from his pocket and blessed him. He made him stay there for few more days and gave him his blessing, saying, "Allah will give you plenty and He will do you all good." He did not get more money there, but he got far better things, Baba's blessing, which stood him in good stead all along. The party got plenty of money afterwards and their pilgrimage was successful as they did not suffer any trouble and inconvenience during the journey. They all returned home safe, thinking of Baba's words and blessing and the anand experienced by His grace. The story illustrates one of the methods which Baba followed in some cases to improve and reform his devotees. Tendulkar family. There lived in Bandra a Tendulkar family, all the members of which were devoted to Baba. Mrs. Savitri Bai Tendulkar has published a Marathi book named Sri Sainath Bhajanmala, containing 800 abhangas and padas describing the Leelas of Baba. It is a book worth regarding by those who are interested in Baba. The son of Babu Tendulkar was studying hard. Day and night he wanted to appear for the medical examination. He consulted some astrologers. On examining his horoscope, they told him that the stars were not favorable that year and that he would appear for the examination next year when he would be certainly successful. They cast a gloom over him and made him restless. A few days afterwards, his mother went to Shirdi and saw Baba. Amongst other things, she mentioned the gloomy and morose condition of her son who was to appear for the examination in a few days. On hearing this, Baba said to her, "Tell your son to believe me, to throw aside horoscopes and predictions of astrologers and palmists and go on with his studies. Let him appear for the examination with a calm mind. He is sure to pass this year." Asked him and committed Baba's message to her son. Then he studied hard in due course, appeared for the examination. In the written papers he did well, but being overtaken by doubts, he thought that he would not secure sufficient marks for passing, so he did not care to appear for the oral examination. But the examiner was after him. He sent word through a fellow student stating that he had passed in the written examination and that he should appear for the oral. The son, being thus encouraged, appeared for the oral examination and was successfully in it also. Thus, he got through the examination that year successfully by Baba's grace, though the stars are against him, as indicated. It is to be noted that doubts and difficulties surround us just to move and us to confirm our faith. We are tested, as it were. If we only hold on steadily to Baba with full faith and continue our endeavors, our efforts will be ultimately crowned with success. The father of this boy, Raghunath Rao, was serving in some foreign mercantile firm in Mumbai. As he grew old, he was not able to attend to his work properly, and so he had to take leave and rest. As he did not improve during this period of leave, a further extension of leave or premature retirement from service was inevitable. The chief manager of the firm decided to retire him in pension. As he was an old and a reliable servant, the question regarding the amount of pension to be given was under consideration. He was getting rupees 150 per month and his pension, half of the amount is 75, would not be enough to meet the expenses to the family. So they were all anxious about this matter. 15 days before the final settlement, Baba arranged to Mrs. Tendulkar in a dream and said, "I wish that rupees 100 should be settled as pension. Will this satisfy you?" She replied, Baba, why ask me this? We fully trust in you. Though Baba said 100 rupees, still she was given 10 rupees more, 110, as a special case. Such wonderful love and care did Baba exhibit towards his bhaktas. Captain Hate, who was staying in Bikaner, was a great devotee of Baba. Once Baba appeared to him in his dream and said, Did you forget me? Hate then immediately held Baba's feet and replied, If a child forgets his mother, how could be saved? The Hate went into the garden and took out fresh Valapadi vegetables, and after arranging Shida and Dakshina, was about to offer all the Baba when he was awakened and came to know that the whole thing was a dream. Then he decided to send all the things to Baba in Shirdi. When he came to Gwalior some days afterward, he sent 12 rupees by money order to a friend with instruction that 2 rupees should be spent in buying Siddha articles and Vala Papadi vegetables, and those should be offered Baba 10 as Dakshina. The friend went to Shirdi and purchased the things mentioned, but Valpa Padi was not available. It is a short time a woman turned up with a basket over her head, which curiously enough contained Valpa Padi vegetables. It was purchased and then all things were offered to Baba on behalf of Captain Hate. Mr. Nimorkar prepared the Naivedya next day and offered the same to Baba. All the people were surprised to see the Baba while dining, took and ate Valpapadi and did not touch rice and other things. Hate's joy knew no bounds when he learned this from his friend. At another time, Captain Hate wished that he should have in his house a rupee consecrated by Baba with his touch. He came across a friend who was bound of Shirdi, though him Hate sent his rupee. The friend went to Shirdi and after the usual salutation, gave first Dakshina which Baba accepted. Then he gave Hate's rupee which Baba took in his hand and began to gaze at it. He held in front, tossed it up with his right thumb and played with it. Then he said to his friend, Return to its owner with the prasad of Vudi. Tell him that I want nothing from him. Ask him to live in peace and contentment. The friend returned to Gwalior, handed over the concentrated rupee to Hate and told him all that happened to Shirdi. This time Hate was much pleased and realized then Baba always encouraged good thoughts, and as he wished intently, Baba fulfilled the same accordingly. Vaman Narvekar. Now let the readers hear a different story. A gentleman named Vaman Narvekar loved Baba very much. He once bought a rupee. On one side of were engraved the figures of Ram, Lakshman and Sita, and the other side was engraved the figure of Maruti with folded hands. He is offered to Baba with the hope that he should concentrate it with his touch and return to him with thee. But Baba immediately pocketed it. Then Shama spoke to Baba regarding Vaman Rao's intention and requested him to return it. Then Baba spoke in the presence of Vaman Rao. Why should it be returned to him? We should keep it ourselves. If he gives 20 rupees, 25 rupees for it, it will be returned. Then for the sake of that rupee, Vaman Rao collected 25 and placed them before Baba. Then Baba said, the value of that rupee far exceeds 25 rupees. Shama, take this rupee. Let us have it in our store. Keep this in our shrine and worship it. No one had the courage to ask Baba why. He followed the peculiar action. He only knows what is best and most suitable to each and all. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all.